Avoidance in relationships gets a really bad rap. Those of us who have been ghosted by someone or who have dealt with someone with an avoidant attachment style, we can get really frustrated with it. Avoidance is a tactic for moderating intimacy. The people who use avoidance are usually the most sensitive people because they pick up a lot of energy. They're like sponges. And so almost everything is like an onslaught. If you're dealing with an onslaught, it's actually a really good adaptation to just start blocking everything out, to not deal with anything. What would you do if a fire hose was coming at you? You'd probably block. Now imagine that you take these human beings that were evolved to be out in the quiet forest and make them deal with a constant onslaught of notifications, of people wanting their attention, knocking at the door, making requests of all kinds. Steeped in that environment, humans are going to develop more avoidance. Capacity to use avoidance is a positive one because it's just the ability to dismiss or block anything for any reason. Those of us who put avoidance in our shadow and have a more anxious attachment style, we tend to not be able to dismiss people offhand. We tend to always try to deal with every situation and investigate every lead. And no doubt people have manipulated us behind the ability to tell us that we just haven't seen the full truth. And eventually we learn to tell those people, no, I don't believe you. So I'm just going to dismiss that. Now, overusing avoidance is called denial. It is overdeveloping the ability to block out information that you don't want to see or you don't want to deal with. Overdeveloping avoidance means not having a healthy relationship with the truth or seeing your emotional truth as the ultimate truth of every situation and not being able to bring in other people's perspective. Ultimately, the ability to dismiss, to avoid, and to block out is a totally useful, healthy skill within a balanced emotional system. And sort of the ultimate arbiter of this skill is the ability for discernment. I know what I can just block out and what to let in. And I do that based on knowing my values and knowing who I am. And that is what we're trying to learn when we end up in these anxious, avoidant dynamics with others. How is one person learning to believe their own truth while the other person is learning to soften and let in more truth from the outside world?